What up, everybody? This your boy, Bill Bellamy, and this is Top Billin, the #1 podcast for the culture, the movement, and the discussion. Today, you are in for a treat. I'm taking you all the way to Chicago with one of this country's strongest, funniest, most talented comedians. He is a writer, comedian, podcaster, producer. He does everything the right way, and he's my little brother, a.k.a. my protege. Give it up for Lil Rel Howery in the big goddamn building! I've been waiting to have you on, little bro. This is a moment in our friendship. Let me tell everybody how we get down. First and foremost, I remember your Who's Got Jokes auditions.
Well, I didn't audition.
Did you not?
I hosted the auditions.
Oh, when you audition, I was watching you.
So you got to remember the story. I hosted the auditions. Okay. I wasn't even on the show.
And we was at All Jokes Aside, right? Well, no, Jokes and Notes. We was at Jokes and Notes.
And I had, rest in peace, Carl Craig. I was like, yo, why I'm not on the show? He's like, what? I said, why you ain't asking me to do, you had me host?
Yeah.
But
in your home city.
In my home city.
Right.
Why I'm not on the show?
But no, do you know why you was on the show? Because when I saw you, I was like, yo, money right here, though? I was like, yo, the dude right here, like, we good? It was like, well, technically. I was like, ain't no technically. He got to be on the show.
Put me on the show.
Went on the show and went berserko. Like, berserko. Like, I knew when I saw you that night that you had it, but then when we started doing the competition, every curveball we threw at you, you was like, you was on your Floyd Mayweather. You was dipping and diving.
Well, you know what's crazy about that is that's still to this day. I think, sometimes people ask you like when you had your breakout thing,
right.
And I just think it's different moments that happen at different time. That Who Got Jokes episode beating Leon Rogers. Shout out to Leon Rogers in Chicago, who was on the radio. He the man. Everything. And to get a double standing ovation.
Bro.
And I used you and Tommy on my reel. Like, just for you to be like, he's one of the funniest comics I've ever seen.
Ever.
I quoted that. Like, I'm glad you said that, brother. I'm putting that in my reel.
No, dead ass serious. Like, you one of those guys, like, I've been doing this a long time, and there's certain people you see and you know they got it. Like, you had this thing. I was just like, damn. I was like, confidence, charisma. He's got his own little energy about him and shit. And I always loved your laugh. Like, I was like, he got the funniest little laugh and shit. Because, like, Chris Tucker got the voice. You got the laugh. Your laugh is like, yuck, 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 yuck. I love that motherfucker, man.
I'm scared to do it. Like,
no, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But real
laugh.
talk, I remember saying to you, like, dog, you going to be all right. And you were like, man, I grew up on you. How crazy is it, right? From, I'm going to say this is like 2006 going into 2007 to now. And I want your fans to really understand your ride. You work very, very hard.
Well, let's start with just you first, right? I'm one of those people. It's two movies I watched a lot in high school.
Okay.
It was Boomerang and How to Be a Player.
Okay.
Like almost every single day.
Are you serious?
I'm not even lying. Like I literally watch. Like it's certain things I buy because of Marcus Graham. It's certain the way I started. Like it's gonna sound messed up, but like How to Be a Player was like my guidebook on how to holler at women.
Right.
I'm
a
like,
lot of guys say that though.
Because that's what it felt like. You feel like the coolest dude in the world, right?
Teaching you how to get to the ladies. I love it.
And so like when I first met Bill one of those people, like especially like as far as a celebrity goes, like, and it's only a few people I'm like, yo, I can't wait to meet this guy someday. And like, oh, it's Bill Bellamy. That's really Bill Bellamy's standard.
Wow.
He's a lot taller than I thought he was.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, and what's beautiful about you was like you took me in right away. Because look, when you're a young comic, I wasn't sure about a lot.
Right.
I really was. I mean, we was on like a rooftop.
Yo, I'll never forget that conversation. And your boy at the time,
Knowledge Becker, my manager.
Shout out to Knowledge, man. Knowledge was your ride or die from day one. You know what I'm saying? And I remember us after you had such a fantastic performance. We were on the rooftop having like our little rap party or whatever. And you was like, yo, B, man, real talk. I never thought in a million years I would ever meet you nor talk to you. How many times has that happened now? Because now that you've worked so hard, you run into a lot of stars like that.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is somebody I'm a huge fan of. So by the time I did Free Guy, I remember I didn't even do my first line because I was just staring at him. I'm like, oh, I got the line. Sorry.
Okay.
And I had to be honest with production. Like, look, yeah, I'm really a huge fan of this guy, so it's throwing me off.
It's throwing me off.
Like, you know, it's. I still have those moments all the time.
Yeah.
And it's still like surreal. Like, and honestly, it's kind of weird now for me because people do it to me, and I'm like, all right, man. You know, that's how I met Gerard Carmichael. Gerard was a young comic.
One of your wonderful projects, the Gerard Carmichael Show, which you came on and took on what was on CBS?
NBC.
Oh, NBC. Gerard Carmichael Show on NBC.
And see, when I met him, he was like a young comic, like, man, I'm a big fan. I was like, who is you, fam? I'm like, all right, bro, like, chill.
Right.
But we became friends like that. And I think that's what's beautiful about the comedy world. Like, you know, especially I'm a big fan. It's such a, and especially if you're a fan first. Correct. So watching Def Jam, watching Comic View. I remember the first day I did a Chicago club. I was only like 19. I shouldn't even been in there. And the first day I was about to go up, I saw everybody from Comic View.
No way.
There used to be a payphone in the bathroom. I went and called my brother and said, yo, everybody from Comic View is here, and I gotta go after these dudes. And everybody's murdering.
And they're killing.
They just, and it's so crazy because we don't see that a lot in the comedy clubs. What Chicago comedy at that time, everybody was killing.
You guys were hungry, man. I love Chicago. That's like my second home, man. Chicago is a miniature version of New York. You guys have
I would never say that.
Well, I'm just saying it's
Chicago,
not as big as
Chicago.
I know how
you mean
feel.
size-wise? Okay, that's different.
But you know, I know, and y'all got better chicken. But anyway, I love y'all chicken. That Harold's chicken is a monster. So real quick, shout out to Harold's chicken. So real quick, what I loved about Chicago was I felt home. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When I came there, the first club I ever performed in was All Jokes Aside at that time. Mm-hmm. And obviously I did Jokes and Notes, and then I would do all the theater shows as well. But I liked being in the smaller clubs because I felt like I could feel and taste the city, the real people, the hardworking people that go to work, come out to a club to really kick back and laugh. Yes. And if you funny in Chicago, it's all day laughter. It's the best feeling in the world.
It's the toughest place to get really good at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is, because the comedy was so strong.
Yeah.
But then by the time you get your glow, and once again, like, it's a few people. I think Sid the Entertainer, somebody else I look up to. Mm-hmm. The first time Sid saw me on stage, they were shooting the first barbershop in Chicago, and D-Ray used to have this, shout out to D-Ray Davis, he had a Sunday night spot at Riddle's Comedy Club, which everybody was there. We talking about the baddest women, dope dealers. Everybody was there. That's the first time I saw people buying bottles at a comedy club.
What was the name of it again?
He was at Riddle's Comedy Club.
Riddle's,
yep. Whatever his Sunday nights was called, Harlem Nights or whatever. And man, I was standing outside. I'll never forget this. He always forget that he said this, but I'm like, he walked up like, Young Gun. So he called me Young Gun. He's like, man, you so funny, man. You could get my manager info, man. I'm like, all right, cool. The next day, I got cards made and called myself the Young Gun of comedy.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. Literally the next day, I got a bunch of, because one thing I learned from D-Ray, and D-Ray is somebody who I learned a lot from, like the hustle of this,
right?
Even just the way, I know how to freestyle in comedy. I learned from D-Ray. D-Ray was doing that every single Sunday.
Oh yeah, he's a master at that.
He's a master at it. So that's what I thought I had to do. Between him, you, Tony Roberts, and JB Smooth.
Oh, you good.
That's who I studied, though.
Thank you, man. That's a great class of all those comics. All the comics you named are legendary in with their talent to me as well. It's just like all my friends, man. This is the thing that I want people to understand about you. Your gift put you here. You were already gifted. You know what I'm saying? You probably didn't see like, okay, well, I'm in Chicago. I'm killing these smaller clubs. How am I going to become a movie star? How am I going to be a name in the game?
Well, crazy thing is, Bill, you know what's funny? I always thought that about myself. Like since I was a little kid, this is what I wanted to do. I wrote a show called Name Your Adventure. They used to come on NBC to meet the Wayans family.
Right.
People was writing adventures to go like skydiving. I said, I want to go to the Living Color. And they sent me a letter back. Sorry, we can't help your adventure come true. They canceled the show. I was like, damn. That was my big chance. That was my only chance. Because I always knew I wanted to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, first I fell in love with the characters. Like, that's why, like, Dwayne Wayne, that character was so influential to me, right? Because it's like, a dude with glasses and he's cool. But then you start thinking about the actor, right? And I'm like, yo, this dude, he's acting. Dwayne Wayne is not real. So now you're like, I want to act.
And you good at it, bro. Like,
I mean, but stand up is look. All this ties into each other. I just knew once. I'm one of those people. If you let me in, I'm coming to dominate.
oh, bro, I'm not even. Don't give you a guest spot if you ain't gonna kill. Like, you gonna kill. You know what I'm saying? You killed on my show with a boot on your foot. I'll never forget.
Well, no,
that.
I didn't have. Oh, you about the live show? Yeah. She keep bringing this up. So yeah.
I love how.
First of all, you
I
know what's
love
crazy?
that I could never come to Chicago and not hang out.
I
you.
performed for almost, and you know what's crazy? It made me a better comedian being in that booth because I couldn't move.
You had to stay still.
I had to stay still and then because I was hosting Jokes and Notes, I couldn't like walk out the room. I had to watch every comic.
Ah!
And
So you was on comedy
I
punishment.
was on, but it was a beautiful thing to watch though because you started watching how everybody worked, and then I got really good at just being in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about the physicality of things. It's like, oh, I got to be able to just talk this out because
Because you can't. You now the physical comic. Now you are locked into being a comedian.
Yep.
Sometimes adversity bring out the best. And I seen you kill with that boot. And I remember when you got the boot off, boy, you felt like it was like vacation for you when you had that
tell
boot.
me
on.
nothing that boot came off now.
Now you
couldn't
had
tell
on
me
both
nothing.
sneakers. You
couldn't tell me nothing because this thing about I had to dress better because of the boot.
yeah.
Like a lot of things I had to do because of the boot.
Because the boot made you Lil Rel, man. I always loved like. Oh, this is just a personal part of our friendship that I love. I love coming to Chicago and taking you places you've never been before.
Yo,
and your own.
This is a true story. This man took me to a club, right? I mean, the shit was popping. It was dope. I tried to go the next week. The building wasn't even there. I said, I swear to God, this was a club last week. I was just here with Bill Bellamy. And I'm not even lying. It was like, it threw me. I'm like, yo, this was a club.
We was just in there.
It was like a line. It was ropes. It was what?
But just segue from like, being a comedian and knowing that vibe and that wave of being one of the funniest comedians in the country and segueing that into a acting career. Like I saw you on the Carmichael show, getting your grind, getting your reps, and like then I see behind the scenes you're writing and doing things. I'm like, okay, he's multifaceted with this thing.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, next thing I know, you in Get Out and you steal a whole movie. Like that's like dope as fuck, bro.
But then it's one of those things where like, I guess one of the quiet things I don't talk about much is like staying original, and what my voice is like got me all these opportunities.
Correct.
Jordan Peele said he was writing that and he was thinking of me. That's why when I was reading it, I was like, if I don't book this, I'm a terrible actor because this sounds like
just like me. This is how I talk.
This literally sound like me. If I don't get this,
something wrong with
I'm
me.
terrible.
I'm terrible.
Because it sound like me. And come to find out, he was like, yo, I was writing it and I was thinking of you the whole time. And I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But see, we don't realize as talent a lot of times the impression that we put out there, that little like footprint, whether it's a stand-up moment, whether it's a performance in a TV show or a film. Like we keep putting, like it's just like flashes of ourselves and people catch it and they go, oh my God, I want more of that. That's what I feel about your career. Like you just keep putting flashes of people where they want more of you, and you like, and it's perfect how you're not oversaturated. You dancing, bam, be like, damn, drop comedy special. Okay, cool. Boom, another movie. All right, cool, chill. Come back, bam. Like it's like you just punch it. I love that shit.
Cause I don't want to force that, yo. Like, I think about like, and once again, you in legendary status. I think, and I feel like we should talk more about that. That's why I know they did like the Def Jam celebration, but it's deeper than that to me. Because I think about even Comic View, you guys are all legends, and y'all showed us how to do this.
Correct.
So it's like for me, I just wanted to be like my heroes, and then like Bernie became somebody I was obsessed with at some point because he was just like
incredible.
He's so good. He's such an underappreciated actor.
Yeah.
Bernie was like, when you watch Above the Rim and the ride he takes us on.
Every role that Bernie Mac played, you felt like he put 1,000% into it. Because I remember when we did Who's the Man, and Bernie came up from Chicago. I was like, Bernie, you ain't gotta stay with me, man. We good. We go to New York and we do this movie together. We bonded over that film, and he was reading his lines all night, like he was studying for an SAT or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was very, very diligent about it. And then he would ad-lib too. Like, he could do it 30 different ways, and all of them was funny. Like, he was just that kind of guy, and that was one of the things that I learned from Bernie is preparation. You know, be ready for your moment and have your A, B, and C, because you might have to go to D, because the crowd might be weird. This might happen. Somebody might faint at the show. He always had a counter for everything. So that's one of the things that I learned from Bernie that I keep to this day in my timing with my stand-up, how I can go fast, I can slow up and then speed up. Like, there's so many rhythms to it that people don't know about.
Well, that's a great thing. This last special I did, I used that muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have time to tour.
Right.
So what I did is what I did. I didn't know where the set was going. I didn't know anything.
So you did this is the one I'm thinking it.
I said it, y'all thinking it.
I said it, y'all thinking
all
it.
freestyle.
You freestyled a whole comedy special.
Yep.
And you did not know what you was gonna say.
Nope.
What?
And it was an old muscle that I had in Chicago.
Okay.
When I was doing Wednesday, by the time y'all did the Who Got Jokes auditions, I was hosting everything. So I was freestyling every damn week.
Right. Because people were coming.
I would not repeat a bit. I didn't repeat shit. Every Wednesday for 3 or 4 years straight, I freestyle people was begging me to do stuff again. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it again. So by the time I got to my first special, all it was the best of me.
The best of your freestyles.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that's dope. That's like sitting on the album. You know, that's like Jay sitting on the best of joint that he never released and he just dropping on the fan.
That's
actually kind of dope though.
I mean, it's so funny because Who Got Jokes like got the preview, when I used to do the Hood Arrest thing, which is so crazy how like that translated to all the comics, right?
Wait, first of all, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to be documented that the Hood Rat Chick, the theme, the hand movement, everything is from you. I've never seen it before in life until you did it, and then I seen every other comedian try to duplicate it. Not they don't do the character all the way, but all the mannerisms and everything.
Well, that's why I never got like weird about it,
right,
or mad about it. I mean, it irritated me sometimes seeing it, and it's not even just that. It's like a lot of little stuff, right? And I'd be like, damn, these niggas.
They went and got your glasses.
Every little thing, man.
They went and got the beard.
Where I do the old man, like it's just like cadences of things, right? And I'm like, damn. But the key to that is to any comic watching is to keep staying original. People can try to do what you're doing,
but they not living it.
They not living it.
Yeah.
And so because you're not living it, you can't even tell the same story that I
No.
experienced.
I saw so many people do their version of Booty Call when I first came out. They was like, yeah, last night, right? And boom, like they was trying to like. I was like, dog, I'm telling that from a real situation. Y'all thinking like it's a skit. That's an embellished real moment from my life, right? And I put it on stage. And that's what I love about comedy. It's like T.C. Cope told me this a long time ago. He said, life write the script for you.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow. It's simple, but it's really, really profound because your life is your script for your stand-up. You can take pieces out of. A lot of us sit on bits. A lot of us sit on stuff, and when we start talking, you don't even realize it's a bit. You be like, what? Man, I ain't even tell nobody that.
Well, once again, that's what made this last special so unique to me, because it was like, all I can go with is what I've experienced. Correct. Here we go.
Here we go.
You know, because even I was talking about my new relationship, I was talking about therapy, I was talking about everything I was talking about stuff I was watching. You know, when I talked about, Will and Chris, their situation, it was from a very honest, I had no time to rehearse it.
No.
So whatever I said is what I said.
Have you ever in your career had anybody get mad at you over a bit?
Everybody.
Right.
Everybody. It's too personal. I've had girlfriends get mad. You gonna talk about my wigs? Like, yeah, I did. I don't care. But it was like, everybody, like everybody.
Right.
Everybody. Like I used to do my teacher, Mr. Godfrey, who's a real teacher. I remember because they was like, little boy, never serious noise. So that character, just a real person. So I remember I went to visit the school and I walked in, he's like, little boy, you doing them jokes about me? I'm like, oh damn, you still alive. You still working at the school?
I
Fam?
used,
Little boy, you gonna do them jokes about me, little boy?
but your characters are so funny because they're people that that I grew up with too. One of my favorite, well, two of my favorite characters outside of the hood rat chicks, because they're like the adventures of the hood rat chicks, and you got like different scenarios, which I think are fantastic. But I always loved your father, the '70s guy, with his gloves, and he got out the van and he talked with his hands. Yo, your father's character and your mom with the man voice, them two right there back in the day. I was like, please do it.
You know what's
Please
great
do
about the bit about my mother? The first time I ever did it is because she was at the show.
Okay.
So it was almost a freestyle. She came to support one of my shows, and she was sitting there. And it's out at last minute, I was like, you know, my mama smoked a cigarette. My mama right there, but she a smoker. She got, you better. So the first time I ever did it was in front of her. And
is her voice really that deep?
she used to smoke. Yeah, so it was. I mean, you know.
So it's got that resonance, that Newport.
It's embellished.
It's embellished a little bit.
But it was what it was. I mean, she sang in a choir. They did have her singing alto or tenor. This was all true. Because you know what's funny about being a comedian? It's like, from a little kid, it's like everything I ever just paid attention to. Yeah. From when I was a kid till I was a grown up was just me watching everybody.
Snapshots.
Even when I do my pastor character, that's my uncle. He's a pastor. I've been doing him for years. That's who I've been doing because I watched him every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Wow. I hung out with him.
Right. So it's not like you're just grabbing fictional people. They're real people that you are bringing into the world, and you're treating us to it.
Yep.
That's one of the things that I love about comedy, and I hope that you do as well, is that we're able to take real things from our lives and entertain people. Mm-hmm. During COVID, I'm sure you were, sitting around and kind of thinking about, everything, since everything slowed down. Did it make you have appreciation for comedy a different way?
So it wasn't about comedy. I appreciated my journey.
Your journey.
I think one day I was sitting in the house. I had like 3 movies come on. I'm like, damn. That's why I had a moment. I had that weird moment of, I was sitting in my living room. It's a true story. And I had a moment of realizing, oh, wow, you made it inside the TV.
Yeah.
Because I remember a little kid, me just looking at, and that world didn't even seem real or realistic for me. It was a world I love going to, but I didn't know I could be a part of that.
Absolutely. And
I was literally sitting at the crib like, dang. I was almost talking to a little kid, me like, wow, fam, you made it in.
You made it in the box.
You made it in the box.
but it is astounding, man. And I hope that's one of my passions about the podcast, is that I definitely want to inspire people and let people see my friends who are talented, that worked hard, that came from some real places, make it, because a lot of times it just takes that imagination first. Yeah. So you obviously always had the imagination, like, wow, you had this like no ceiling imagination, and then you took that and you just started just placing bricks, and you built a house. Now you built a foundation for your career.
I've been in this very grateful place of just paying attention. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, how did I pull this off? Like, even just who I know sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I remember, and prayers go up to Jamie Foxx.
Yes, shout out to our boy Jamie, getting well.
Get well soon. But what I love about him is his humbleness. I remember I text him because me and my kids was watching Soul during Christmas, the holidays. We went to Big Bear for the holidays.
Right.
We decided to watch Soul, and I was just like, dude, this movie is so good.
It's so dope.
He FaceTimed me with his family, like, just humble, man. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I'm like, but you Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I mean, like, why you? But it's a respect thing, you know. And so he's one of those people who's quick to be like, "Real, you killing it, man. I'm proud of you. You so funny. You so this." And so like, I just the people I get to know, these legends, man. That show love means a lot to me. I am like I feel like my little group is the last of the kind of old school comics.
Yeah. You at the right age to be like, this is funny. You're right. You're right at the right age to have all the textures of the OGs, but you're still young enough to have the other stuff, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I always feel in between. I mean, that's one of the cool things I think about my groups of
your
friends.
graduation class.
Oh, my graduation class, which is so crazy. With when you do turn out to be the valedictorian,
right? You graduated magna cum laude.
Yeah, I was out here.
God damn!
And it was from being a part of the nostalgia of things. I mean, even the way I pick stuff when I act, it's because of the actors I really look up to. I mean, we talked about Bernie. Bernie's one of them. Eddie's one of them. Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Too. He's our top 5. Robin Williams. Oscar. He did everything. He showed comedians to me. He was one of the first comedians that showed us that everything we want to do is possible. Drama, comedy, supporting, lead. He did every single side of it.
Yep.
Well. God damn.
I mean, like the silliest person in the room. He's the silliest guy.
Yeah.
But when I tell you he can make you cry, watching a movie, like,
oh man,
you know what I mean? And so like when I study Robin Williams, I study him, and Whoopi Goldberg too is another like
beast
anomaly of like this legendary
EGOT.
status. Just show you how, but could be funny and dramatic and not like and real.
And people don't even know, like you gotta know comedy to understand the legacy of Whoopi Goldberg. Like people might just be, oh, she's the wonderful lead on The View. Whoa, get your life together.
That was my mother's favorite actor.
Period.
Was Whoopi Goldberg.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't care what Whoopi did. And you know what's funny? I always look at somebody like Whoopi Goldberg, and I can understand why my mother probably was like very like, whoa, because, you know, dark woman, you know, and seeing somebody who looks like Whoopi become a megastar. Wasn't normal.
Yeah.
You know, and
she's definitely a legend, and Whoopi Goldberg, we love you. You get your flowers. We're not waiting. Your flowers are here delivered to you for your impact. You are an innovative woman. You have created avenues for us that we didn't even know was possible. She's a female Harry Belafonte.
And even better.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, because she's, I mean, think about this, right? And this is what we were talking about comedy, and like even with your legend, right? That's why I can't wait to read the book. Yo, you becoming a host on the hottest at that time. Like MTV was it.
Period. There was no other place to do it.
It was just what it was.
And that's one of the things about the top bill in my book that's out right now that you guys can get, and you can listen to the audiobook. It is an interesting ride, the 90s. It was one of those things, you said this earlier, which is really pivotal. You said all the legends was alive. So you had Whitney, you had Pac, you had Big, you had all these different, you had Jay-Z coming up.
You had Luther Vandross there. You had what? I was watching an old clip of the Soul Train Awards.
Right.
And I was just like, and I've been to the Soul Train Awards, but I'm like, no. It ain't like this, though.
Yo, that 93, 4, 5 was bonkers.
It didn't even make sense. I was like, what type of after party was this?
It was crazy.
What type
bro,
of, what
Bro,
type?
let me tell you what's crazy about the night.
Like, Della Reese is here, too. Like, everybody, like, it don't even.
90s after parties was bananas. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you right now. You would see Prince right there, chilling with the big glasses on, with the cane, with his legs crossed, chilling with his with a harem. You would see Luther over here having some champagne with Mariah. You'd see Pac just walk in with Pac walk in. Everybody dressed in black tie and all. He walk in with a gold Red Wings jersey on, with a bandana in a black tie party, and don't nobody say nothing. Michael Jackson come in with a monkey and don't nobody say nothing. The monkey put his hand in a potato salad. Everybody be like, did the monkey just put his hand in a potato salad?
Hey, man, Bubbles did put his hand in the dip, man. Bubbles put his hand in the dip. Bubbles did put his hand in the dip.
But bro, listen to me clearly. It was phenomenal, and at that time, I was very much like you when you say, like, you can't believe that, you know, you're in this room. Like, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. How the hell I'm sitting here talking to Elton John or somebody, like, and Elton's like, man, you're doing a fantastic job. Oh, because at that time, you know, I was the ambassador to pop culture, a guy who was helping artists become platinum artists, and it was happening overnight. Bands, solo artists, groups. We don't even have groups anymore. What was your favorite group? Give me your top 3 singing groups in the 90s. You coming up. What grade was you in 92, 93?
So I graduated in 98.
Okay, so
I was like 7th, 8th grade.
Okay, 8th grade. 8th grade well.
So at the time, you had groups like Subway. People don't remember Subway.
Oh,
Just a little game that we play.
You know Subway?
Fam.
Bruh.
Or I want you to say, so we can play this little game we play. You go high. Like them niggas sing.
What?
They didn't sing that great. So like,
but you
felt like you could sing their songs.
Right.
You know,
They was before B2K.
I mean, them. I mean, you got, and we talking about like at that time, and I was young, so you had like what's Another Bad Creation.
Another bad, yeah. Aisha,
you was a good
Michael Bivin. Shout out to Biv 10.
And so it was.
That was a good little era though. 8th grade, 7th grade for you. You was winning.
And it was fun watching stuff. I remember that's when I became a real big fan of Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad was
Around
killing
that time.
right there.
Sinbad.
Yes,
It might have
sir.
been. I might have been hosting. He might have been hosting the Apollo.
He was hosting Apollo. Yep.
Man, and I just, it's so, those little memories, I be like, man, I remember sitting at my godmother's house with my mama and her friends, and we watching Sinbad. Like, we would, everybody just
Sinbad
sit
was
there and
the
watch
shit.
stuff.
Sinbad hosted that show like a pro, like it was always his show. And he, when I was coming up at that time, he was the host when I went on, and I was like a guest. And I'll never forget this, man. Everybody got booed on my show. Everybody got booed on the night. Pro, the people that's real. I'm an amateur. The real people got booed. They was coming back down. Okay, all right, next. Come up the stairs. Boom. Come back down the stairs. There was a singing group, girl group. They was real cute. Boom, back down the staircase. So you had to walk to your death, right? I mean, and they would yell down in the green room, Bellamy, you're next. I'm like, oh my God. 4 people just came down decapitated. I went up there and I saw Sinbad, and Sinbad said, good luck, man. Rub the rock. Good luck. They tough tonight. He gave me the 2-tap. I said, oh, Lord. I said, but my mama was there. You know, mama, when your mama in the audience, you can't get booed, but you can't get booed in front of your mama. Ain't no mistakes allowed. So I went up there, and you know what I had to do? I had to start with my closer.
Ooh,
Yeah, I had to.
That's
I had to jump out on him.
That's the mark of a brilliant comic. Like, people don't get that. Like, every time I want to start doing new material, I gotta open with my hardest thing to make this other stuff good.
Yeah. Put pressure on yourself. Boom. Go with your super home run first and work backwards to see what happens. You get better at it.
You get better at
You'll
it.
build another home run hitter.
That's such a beautiful risk to take. You know what I mean? And most people are scared to do that. I love doing that. I will open with some hard and a heartbeat. Like, cool.
Now what?
Let's go.
I remember one night I saw you. This is when I really knew that comedy bug is in you forever, like in your bloodstream, where one night you came in and you wasn't thinking about doing stand-up. We was at the Improv or something, one of them cool D-Ray nights or whatever, and you was like, yo, Bill, man, tonight I'm off the clock, you know what I'm saying? I just got off the set. Chilling, man. I'm just having a little cocktail, and you heard like 2 good comics go, and you was like, you know what? I'm putting my sneakers on, and I'm about to put my shoes on. Okay, they playing today. You know how like when you go to the court and Katz be hooping for real, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the truck and get my shoes.
I'm crazy like that, like, cause and we like basketball, so like everything is a basketball.
Everything's a basketball.
I remember a comic view I was doing the season Samora hosted, and shout out to James Davis. He had went up before me and got like a standing ovation after he did his Obama bit. And I remember everybody in the control room going crazy because James was a writer too, so they all was supporting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just me being honest. I was like, yeah, I think that's a standing ovation.
Oh.
What if I make every joke that?
Ooh. Oh, let's go. That's what we doing.
What you think I did?
What you
think I did?
Come on, little bro.
What you think I did?
Stop playing with me.
I went crazy.
You had to.
I had to. And he didn't do anything wrong.
No, he did
I laugh at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan be making up motivation. That's what I was doing. James didn't do nothing.
No, all he did was put the fire on your ass.
All he did was his job. I'm like, yeah, I'll show you. He like, what?
But that's good. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that, people didn't understand about Def Comedy Jam. Everybody was a professional. Everyone was a killer. So you mean to tell me you got Jamie Foxx, Chris Tucker, DL, and you got Steve, didn't you? And you gonna tell me you gonna throw up a regular set? That's not the night for regular set.
Yo, it was a time. You got to think about that. You had the Miller Junior Draft competition that was around at that time. Those competitions don't exist anymore.
I always wanted to do the Bay Area competition.
We just giving out trophies now.
Yeah, I never got a chance to be in any of those kind of like Bay Area competitions. I remember the Miller Junior One draft situation. I missed that.
That was a tournament, fam. Like when you
for comedians.
Oh,
what
Chicago,
years? What years are we talking?
I did it 99, 2000, 2001, like all around that time.
Okay.
It was like a tournament. You had to go all these different clubs around the city of Chicago.
And beat
and
their
you gotta
ass.
win that club.
Yeah,
You gotta beat
win
this
that.
guy.
Win that.
We're only picking 4 from this round. We only pick. It was cool. It was
The pressure is
it
enormous.
was cool. And it was like, and the dope part about the setup is to get to this huge stage in Chicago at Navy Pier.
Wow.
Or this huge Chicago, like, so it was that, you know what I'm saying? And so but you had to go through the hood spot. It was random spots that Miller J. draft picked. That you like, man, I might get shot tonight if I don't.
I gotta go. If I do bad here, I might get shot.
Yeah, I might get. And so like, I remember Wildcat, one of my good friends, Brian the Wildcat Smith, and my roommate, he took second. He almost won. He lost to Leon. So this is a full circle moment. That's why I told you I find motivation for no reason.
For no reason, I'm gonna find me some
I'm
motivation.
like, Leon, I'm gonna beat you for Wildcat.
I'm gonna beat you for
So
Wildcat.
we got jokes.
I'm gonna beat your ass for Wildcat.
It was that deep,
What
like,
you did to
yeah,
Wildcat.
You gonna do that to my roommate? Okay. And that's what it is too. Living with 2 other comedians. Shout out to Michi and Wildcat. That experience, living with those 2. The reason why I do comedy the way I do is
Right.
because of them, right? Because I used to sit around telling stories all the time. Like we'd have people at the house, people be cracking up, but I would never do any of that on stage. And one day we was on a road trip, and Michi and Wildcat was like, "Yo, all right, we tired of hearing these fucking stories. Why don't you do it on stage? But you scared?" That was it. Scared.
That's it. Oh, scared of what?
And I went on stage. I remember the first bit I did about any family stuff, and it killed. And I'm like, oh shit, I could just go personal.
Yes.
Fuck these jokes.
Fuck
I
these
got rid of
jokes. Let's
every
just-
joke I've written.
Let's just get personal. Let's
just get
talk about
personal.
life.
Yeah.
And that right there to me is the sauce for you, because your stand-up exudes that. I feel the Chicago on you. I really, really love seeing you keep that authenticity in your work. Like I saw you in Judas and the Messiah. It was a small role, but you was in the pocket with it. I was like, uh-oh.
But see, hold on. That's from the Bernie Mac School of Acting.
Yeah.
I don't
was
give
in
a
the
fuck if it's
pocket.
one scene.
It don't
whatever.
matter.
It don't matter. You gonna remember that you saw me in this shit.
Yeah.
And you know that was a phone. That was one of my first time using my phone call shit. Because I'm like, you know, Fred Hampton. I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Right.
My family constantly taught me about Fred Hampton.
Your
I
whole
met
life.
his son. We became friends. And so like, why am I not in this movie? So I you know, so I hit Ryan Coogler like, hey brother,
Hey, Rob, what's up, bro?
yeah man, you ain't got nothing for me.
Right, you better have something.
And
in
he's
this.
like, all right, we got something dark for you. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I do it. And you know, that's my era too. So the drip.
Oh man,
I couldn't wait to wear that 70s suit. I
boy,
had the
you
fucking
look
fur on
good,
that. You couldn't
man,
tell
and you
me
was
shit
and
that
you
day.
was in there, bro. Let me tell you something. I study. You was on point with that character. You was in the pocket, bro. It was the energy of it was right. You can do it all.
And it was a full circle moment because it was me working with Daniel and Lakeith again.
Wow. Yeah. In a different way though.
In a different way.
Yeah. They get out.
But that's what's beautiful about it. Like, you know, we was talking about this. Like, yeah, it's cool to do these things. I am very particular about what I pick.
Right.
You know, I like things that have impact to it. I like telling real stories that inspire us, or that's the truth. And I've been picky about it. Nobody probably noticed that I'm doing that, but I'm very selective about the messages that these characters I'm portraying and the message that those movies are putting out there. So very particular about it. Like even with Vacation Friends and Vacation Friends 2 coming up soon.
Yeah, this is you on a run for 2023.
Oh,
Tell us about the projects that you're dropping.
We got Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Wow.
It's a great family movie. It's been testing well. I can't wait for people to see it. Paw Patrol 2, Vacation Friends 2, another movie called The Reunion, which is so fun. It's really, really funny. I got like a series I'm on, a Pixar show called Win or Lose, and I play this dad of a young person who's transitioning, changing genders, and so like it's from a very honest perspective. It's such a beautiful story too. So I'm saying like it's very specific what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
the meal too. Now I got this movie. I just watched the cut of it.
Okay.
I started and I produced in. I'm like hands on with this shit. It is 90% me, just me, but it's a sci-fi thriller, so not a comedy. And dude, I don't talk about winning awards or nothing.
But you going for it.
But damn it, if I don't get one for this one,
What? they better.
I better get a Soul Train award or some shit.
He said, I better get a Soul Train award. Well, hey, bro, man, listen, man, you can stop by Top Billin anytime you want, man. It's a pleasure. I wanted people to really feel your warmth and in who you are, man. You deserve the win. You bring us so much joy through all your projects, and I gotta have a little fun with you before you get out of here.
Okay.
On the show, we always have all facts. This is where I ask you a question. You gotta tell me all facts.
Okay.
All facts. Okay, you ready?
I'll do it.
All right, Lil Rel, all facts. You get top 5 comedians that influence your comedy.
Easy. Damn.
Past, present, future.
Tough. Well, Richard Pryor, which is everybody's.
Bam.
Which is one of the first full books I read, was his biography. And it was so good. I should have been reading. I stole it out the library. This is a quick story. I stole it out the library. And I thought I took all the alarm things out, and I didn't. So I walk out, and the alarm go off, but there was an old lady walking out with me, and they grabbed her, and I just ran off. She's like, wait a minute, I ain't took nothing. Get your hands off of me. And I was like, and I'm running around the corner. I don't need to steal no books. So Richard Pryor.
Get your hands off.
Get your damn hands off me. We hear an older woman get snatched up. Get your damn hands off me. Eddie Murphy. You know,
Definitely.
Eddie is, and people will say Eddie, but I'm for real. That's why my character stuff is so strong. Like, it's so important with my character stuff. JB Smooth. That is who I learned how to milk a joke from.
Oh yeah, JB is my man.
JB is he can milk it.
Bro,
he the only comic that made me catch a cold from laughing. I was laughing so hard, I started coughing. Like, for real. Like, I caught a cold. I had to get some medicine and everything. But JB is...
You never know, man. It's like crazy, man.
Dude, this dude...
I love him when he tell a story.
Dude, he used to do this fight, be like, about somebody fighting him till he got home. He's like, look, man, you can't come to my house now. My grandmother's sleeping. My grandmother's sleeping. And he woke the grandma up, like, what's going on? Young man, don't hit me. It's so... Because you don't know how far he would go.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to let it stop.
It'd be like, yo, you're... Like, if anybody's a favorite comedian for Chicago comedians, it's JB Smooth. To this day, the only comic I've ever seen come to Chicago where all of us showed up to go see.
Yeah.
Even niggas we ain't like each other, we all went to go see JB.
Tonight, we all good. We here for JB.
We here JB. For real. And be in tears. If that audience was just full of comics, he would have been good.
Oh, God,
we
that's
would be
feeling.
there dying. All right, I say, okay. Richard, Eddie, JB, you, and it's not because you here. What you did was, like, you made that shit cool. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
You made it fucking cool. You just made, you could be a smooth, funny motherfucker. No, seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't know I was smooth. I'm smooth.
Come on. First of all, you created booty calls. That shit nobody even said no shit like that.
Man, you stupid.
For real. You think, who creates fucking a phrase? I got a booty. Like, that's cemented forever.
Yeah, that's facts. My bad, man. I'll take it. I'm humbly.
That's crazy.
Wow,
now,
that's dope.
These last one, it's like, I need them. It's like a combine. It's Bernie and it's Robin Harris.
Oh, you got to put them together.
Because, I mean, yeah, they're different, but like Robin Harris, bruh.
Robin Harris. Hold it. Yeah, you got to give his Robin Harris or something else.
Act like they don't want to help nobody. They be
They're
driving
going slow. they trying not to get you. They want you to be dead when you get
there. I would help you, but
we ain't making.
I'm on lunch.
Robin Harris?
Robin Harris, you know, God, how do I describe him, man? Like, just brilliant.
Juggernaut,
just
man.
brilliant. You talking about freestyling, could roast the shit out of you. Like, for no reason, a lot of times, I watch House Party, the first one, just to hear him roast them niggas in that house. Because it don't sound like that shit was written.
No, it wasn't. I guarantee you.
Even with the way he's yelling at these little niggas, like, it's so fucking brilliant. So follow the drip. Oh no, your test tube, baby. Like, nobody ever said no shit like that. I didn't know test tube babies existed yet. He was a test tube baby.
Is his phrasing.
Follow the drip. So you can't commit no crime. You could never. Even when he tells off the police in there, I'm gonna kick a motherfucker's ass. Like, it's like, it was just. Oh man, Robin Harris was so fun, and that's one of the most unfortunate tragedies to me in
he
comedy.
was right there about
he was
to
right
blow.
there, man.
Ready,
he was
ready
right
to
there.
blow all the way up.
Dude, I was watching a documentary about him, and like, those deals were right there.
Sitting there on the table.
He's about to have this motherfucker shut down.
Period.
Robert Harris was about to shut this shit down.
One of the funniest dudes to ever do it. Well, I love your squad, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you making time for your big bro, man. Keep winning, baby. You know what I'm saying? I like your drip, man. You got the drip, you got the look now. Your beard is peppered right. You know what I'm saying?
Peppered.
I remember when it was just a little, but now it's peppered fly.
I look older than you.
I know. How that happen?
How the fuck did that happen? But I bet you I just had a mustache.
And it was thin. Now you got a full. You're a grown ass man.
I got that damn daddy beard to the fullest.
Hey everybody, this is my boy Lil Rel. Check out him on all. Let him know about your social media program.
Yo, follow me on Twitter at Lil Rel 4. I mean, you can Twitter, yeah, whatever. But definitely follow me on Instagram because I love Instagram at comedian Lil Rel, and just hang out with me and watch me post stuff and hang out mostly with my family and stuff like that, and
have a good time.
Just have a good time.
I seen you working on the drums one day. I said,
no, I'm a drummer.
Now you're a drummer.
I've been playing.
You've been playing.
I started playing when I was 6.
Okay, my bad. I'm jumping.
Yeah, I
learned
learned
since you was.
Yeah, I taught myself how to play the drums.
First grades. Okay.
I was that little boy with the little sticks and show up at the guest churches like, oh, here come that little boy that played the drums. That's the first time I was a star. Was when I was playing the drums.
You forgot about that. You ain't even have a
stick.
name. The little boy with the drums.
The little boy with the drum. There you go. He's about to be drumming. People shout a little more. They're like, look at the little boy on the drums. Use them, God. Little boy with them sticks.
Everybody, give it up for my brother Lil Rel. Welcome and thank you for being a part of Top Billin. Another fantastic episode. Top Billin, the podcast for the culture, the movement, and the discussion. Holla. Oh, shit. Long way, man. Long way. We here. Let's go. Hey, Lil Rel, Top Billin. Up next.